Check. Check.
Check.
You talking about your yoga?
Yeah, I couldn't do it this morning. JB wanted to meet at 9:30 instead of 10. I feel like I'm in a different time zone.
I ruined everything.
Yeah.
It sucked. It just threw me. And right now it's 10:18.
Yeah,
we're starting the podcast.
We could have met at 10.
Could have easily.
What's on the agenda for today?
All I have is 4 things.
We never get to them though.
And an apology from you probably for something.
I gotta apologize.
I got Kijiji. I got back to the office. I got gas prices. I got recipes. And we got picks. I guess that's 5. You guys have picks, I think.
I got a pick.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please. Morning, boys.
Duff.
DDT.
JB, how are you?
Good.
JB, thanks for the coffee again.
And the apple fritter.
Yeah.
They're so
Which Duff has
delicious.
not touched.
I'm not touching it. I don't want that to be a new normal.
We should get Tim Hortons to sponsor us.
We had talked about that.
Have we really? Have we ever
ago.
thought about that?
Yeah, we did.
How come we haven't asked?
When we first started this injurious waste of time podcast.
We should get someone out. Hey, I had an idea the other day. This isn't in my list, but there's 4 beautiful seats in this truck. We need to get our guest speaker in the F-150 studio.
You mean Jim?
Anyone.
Watson?
We could get someone in here in the studio as our kind of weekly guest or bi-weekly guest.
Yeah.
Would that work? Or
on a Sunday morning?
Yeah, well, it could be
That's
whoever.
tough.
I told you we got to get like Hazer in here, the guy with the shovel, someone like him, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe not Lozon, but we could.
Well, he doesn't.
Lozon's
listen
always
anyway.
busy. He doesn't like us. He says we're boring, so maybe not.
Screw him.
But somebody, you know,
Yeah.
a manager of a restaurant, Tim Hortons, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think, there's a how shall I say, a cachet to that, the fact that we'd all be sitting in the car, right? It's cop car coffee.
Yeah. It's true. That's how it should be, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's cop car coffee.
I still say we should be doing this in a coffee shop with that nice clatter of coffee noises
Then it
in the
doesn't become
background.
cop car coffee.
It doesn't matter.
Cafe car coffee. Cafe coffee.
The problem is it's not just going to be like a couple cups clanking in the background as like really nice background noise. It's
And
going to
then
be
the
like
odd
kids
noise
crying and
noises.
adults crying.
What coffee
Yeah.
shops do you visit? Serbian?
Adults
ones,
crying?
Or what?
What?
Hey,
What?
Serbian? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'm
Hey,
picturing
you might want to beep that.
I'm picturing a tough place to live where there's crying in the background. I don't know.
Crying.
Well,
I didn't want to say the obvious places these days.
Well, I
That
just
would
went
be
into the-
insensitive.
My house?
Oh, okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not DDT's house.
I just went into the
crying
Tim
in the
Hortons to get
background.
your coffee this morning, and there was like a
Crying
couple kids at the
babies,
table. No, there was.
Screaming.
Yeah, they were like crying, and
Yeah.
I don't want my.
Was Darcy's
cinnamon
wife
roll.
there with his kids, or were the kids just dumped off there?
I don't know.
I just dumped them all.
Maybe it was Darcy crying. Who knows?
I was me crying.
Crying about the price of gas?
Crying about the price. Well, first of all, before we get
Is
into
that a
the
seamless
prices,
transition or what?
that was a great transition.
And now you don't want to go there yet?
No, I
You
don't.
wanna
I
go
wanted
back
to
something?
apologize first.
Okay.
Yeah. We should apologize for the next 40 or so minutes of this podcast.
Why would I always think you have something valuable to apologize
I actually
for?
have a valuable apology.
No,
hear
it's
it.
apologizing for the
Proactive,
podcast.
injurious waste of time
Yeah, but
apology.
Exactly.
The podcast starts off with a warning. This is an injurious waste of time.
I know, but I still
People
got to
know
apologize for it.
that You should apologize for that apology.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize that I made the apology.
And you cut into my perfect transition.
Oh, you're a
to
perfect.
the price-
Yes.
price
you're
of
a
I,
nice
I would
segue.
like to
Your
have
segue.
a legitimate apology that every time we do this show,
Yeah.
we have a list of things, and then we say we're going to talk about all these things, and we
And stick
always
to it.
We always forget one.
No, we
Or
forgot
we
lots.
cut them. Or,
Yeah, we
Well, typically forget lots, but
Yeah.
usually we're at the beginning. We're like last week, for example, it's
We
like,
got-
we're gonna have to talk about that border guard.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
conversation I had with the border
Yeah, it was
guard
awesome. Did
never-
we not get to that?
No,
never talked about that.
no.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Every single episode. So, good listeners, we apologize for forgetting stuff every time.
But that's
Like,
maybe,
I forgot
maybe
to try
that's
to get a
just-
guest this week.
But
We
maybe that's a
have-
carrot we keep dangling so they come back.
The three of us have the attention span of squirrels.
Yes. Black squirrels.
I would say even less than squirrels.
So like a chipmunk?
Chipmunk. Exactly.
like a mouse.
Oh, speaking of mice,
Uh-oh.
they're in my house again.
Wow.
Jeez.
Really?
In the walls this time.
You
I don't
hear
know how
them?
they're getting in there. Yeah, so my son came out, like he went to bed around 11. He comes back out and there's something scratching in between the walls.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and of course I set the traps. I did catch the little bugger.
Oh, yeah, you
One
caught
of
it
them
already.
anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
They're in the walls.
Yeah,
Do you
I
want to
don't know how
borrow
they got in
Tom
there.
for a week?
Ooh, yeah, Tom Purry,
Why
yeah.
don't we just lend you Tom? We're going
Sure.
away on
Is he-
holidays next week. Tom will
Is he
catch
a
the
hunter?
mice. She's a hunter.
I mean. Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my wife's father said it was a boy, so he named it Tom.
Can you change that to Tam?
Tom's a nice name. We're keeping it.
Tammy?
She's a beauty. But
Okay.
Tom could fix your mice problem maybe for you.
Can you hang it out in my garage?
And then we wouldn't have to feed her. You keep saying her. She could hang out in your garage.
It?
Unless you're still
Can it-
spilling unknown fuel on the floor and you're
No.
testing it with flames.
No, that's...
Okay. Tom don't
past.
like that.
So what were you going to do with your cat then?
Just gonna leave it at home for
I
a
was
week.
hoping you guys would maybe look after her.
Well,
One of
I would like a cat, but
But someone's allergic.
both my kids are allergic.
Yeah, that's the common excuse I hear.
I'll ask my wife
She's
and
probably
let you
allergic.
know. No, we had a cat.
How would she be with a dog?
Not good. Not an older dog like yours, for sure.
How long you gone for?
We have a couple people lined up. We're treating it as an opportunity for young teens in the neighborhood to build up a resume and responsibility. So we have a couple kids that are probably going to come
Because
over.
I was actually seriously
No, that would have been nice. Thank
Once a
you.
day and...
But no, the out like, and you know what? It's obvious. Like if it's a cat allergy,
Is he?
you get scratchy, itchy eyes.
You're gonna come over once a day and feed him?
Yeah, her cuddle and
Or
feed and play. Yeah.
My daughter is quite allergic. My
Yeah.
son not so much, but my
Okay.
daughter's quite allergic.
You wouldn't want that then. But anyhow,
So
Yeah.
the mice, and so he came in my
Yeah.
room. Something scratching between my walls. Oh,
that's
Jesus.
your sister keeping you up.
Yeah, I wish it was.
That's not good if they're
Yeah.
in the walls. Man.
No, I know.
They make a mess of insulation.
But my wife said that she saw it in the garage. She never told me that.
It's more than one mouse.
I was gonna say it's like you think it's like this one mouse that's kind of decided
Well, I know
to make
that.
your, like it's probably an army of them.
It is, but like a few years ago, I had this problem. I managed to
Yeah.
find out where they were getting in,
you cull them
sealed that off,
Okay.
and then I didn't have a problem for years.
Yeah.
And now they're back for some reason.
Probably the time of year. Snow starts to melt.
And how they're getting in, I have no clue, because in the fall it was happening. So I went around my house again, checked it all out.
Yeah.
So where do you put traps? Inside? In the
Yeah,
garage?
you know where they're coming? Somehow they get into underneath the kitchen cabinet. And I put a trap under there.
Put them
Really?
everywhere. Put
Yeah.
them everywhere. Yeah.
And I got, I opened it up this morning, and the best is when, I used to do it around 10 o'clock at night, and I'd be sitting there watching TV, and you hear
That's
that,
when you'd hear them come out.
and you
It's
hear
that
the
dark.
snap,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're like, okay,
Fresh kill.
yeah. So I'd go in there and
Fire up
grab
the
it.
frying pan and
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I feel bad. I really do. Like, they're just trying to live their lives,
I suppose.
but they shouldn't be living it in my house. It's only for me.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't mice have no bladder? Meaning they constantly just dribble out their food?
That's how you know they're there.
Yeah, and
because
then they have a
no, it's poop.
path. Well, both, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know about the bladder, but I know there's
I thought it
mice
was
droppings
pee
everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
so they don't need like morning coffee to get going.
They just go
Yeah.
They just do it.
constantly.
Yeah.
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 So then there's a trail everywhere
That's
they go,
right,
and
that's
then
how
the
you know.
other mice
Some
find
days feel
it
like
and-
that.
Yeah.
I had,
For us, you
I had
just wanna
shawarmas
drop
for
it.
supper last night. It feels like it's going to be that kind of day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, will you ask for shawarma recommendations in another month, like you always do, and you get the same answer from me
Well,
every time?
I expect to have like
A
maybe
conversation about it.
yeah, and to see if you guys have like a top 3, for example, or
I
whatever.
just got the one.
I don't think
tell you
anybody
that
got
every
back
time.
to you. Did we get back to you? I know I
Garlic
didn't.
and onion shawarma.
Yeah,
on
he
Carlin
said
Avenue.
garlic and
All
onion
the time.
shawarma. We ended up we tried a different place. We went to Prince Shawarma.
Where?
On Hazeldean. Yeah,
Okay.
right by the
Dollar
Johnny
store.
Rockets.
Yeah. Family platter.
Yeah,
How much?
$50, $53.
Plus
something like
tax or
that.
including?
Yeah, plus tax.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a little bit more than garlic and onion.
And
Yeah.
got some extra pitas and extra spicy garlic sauce.
For that price, or you had to pay more?
I paid more. So
Okay.
75 cents for the extra
Okay,
spicy
okay.
sauce and 75 cents for the extra
We just go
pita.
go to the one by
Extra
by our
spicy.
place there
I love
the
this.
one on Eagleson
on
and the
Eagleson.
Plaza.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been there and I like it. It's just like, I swear, it's like probably $12 more.
yeah, I don't
Carling
know.
Avenue.
I haven't I'm not.
But you don't want to drive
to
to Carling Avenue.
Do you
'Cause,
have?
again, the price of gas, which you
Well,
guys
now,
don't
yeah.
seem to want to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, we
That's a
will.
good transition.
But so did you? Do you have spicy garlic sauce when you go?
I don't, but I bet you they have it. I should
Oh my
ask.
gosh! If you haven't ordered the spicy garlic sauce,
Okay.
it's a game changer.
Okay, good. I love it. I love spicy.
My wife can't have garlic.
Not at all. My wife is not a big fan lately either.
Well, she farts a lot.
So let me paint a picture for the good listener that Duff
My
almost
God.
spit out his coffee.
Wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought you were gonna say like she has a little bit of heartburn or something like that. No, my wife farts a lot.
Wow. In
little
general,
bit
and then
more
it's
with garlic.
increased with spicy garlic sauce?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Does
Yeah,
she
and you know
lock?
what?
Does she lock your head under the sheets in the bed and then,
God, she tries.
like
But-
hotbox you?
Yeah, sometimes. But you know what though? Like, you would think being Southern Italian,
Look, built Ford tough.
I'm
Look
in
what
my
he's getting into.
Chevrolet Silverado. yeah.
He's trying to.
Yeah,
there you go.
we have a young man jumping into a vehicle beside us with a built Ford Tough coat, jumping into a Chevy Silverado.
Yeah.
Which is all rusty and not very tough looking either.
No. Anyway, so being Southern Italian, she, you would figure she could handle the garlic and spices and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's growing up, she had too much of that. So,
Huh. Funny.
yeah.
Too much Caruso Club.
Too much Caruso Club.
Oh, too much
exactly.
Caruso Club
Yeah.
porchetta.
I knew you guys would get nostalgic as soon as
Yeah.
I said that.
Caruso Club.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
God. You know
Love
what
Caruso
and what
Club.
do I always think of when I think of that place? Can you guys read my mind?
A Caruso Club?
Yeah. Well, you would never get it. So the Caruso Club is a Italian buffet in Sudbury. It's fantastic.
Well, it's a
club.
It's a conference venue.
Yeah.
I've been to weddings there. I've been to
Yeah.
Yeah.
bachelor parties. I've been to everything.
I only
there,
went
yeah.
for the food. But I always think of another one that most people don't know about, and it's called the White Eagle Club.
Oh, yeah. The Polish.
Yeah, and it's in Timmins. Oh my God.
Really? Never heard of that one.
Well, most people wouldn't.
No, not Timmins.
But the quality of the food and the quantity and the price.
You think Shania would know?
I don't know. Probably not.
You know how I know white.
She bailed on the North pretty young.
Well, you know how I know White Eagle is Polish?
Why? Because it's on their flag?
Well,
Oh,
yeah. No, because well that,
okay.
but also playing soccer, we played against
Yeah,
the
exactly.
White Eagles
Exactly.
in the Old Timers League
Yeah.
for years and years.
Probably lost.
Dirty bastards.
Probably
So,
lost.
so what did they have there? Like, what was the specialty?
Like pierogies and different past. Like I don't know.
Have you ever had Polish
I don't even know if
donuts?
it's like Polish food. They had Polish
Oh,
desserts.
Polish
yeah.
donuts are the best.
Really?
Oh my God.
I think
So
what I
good.
liked about all those places was just you get like home style food for like $8 or something, all you can eat, and you'd be out of town. You'd be a little homesick and wanting something other than fast food or restaurant food, and that fit the bill.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh.
They're coming for you, DDT.
Is that a cop car or is that
Sounded like a cop car.
or an ambulance?
Sounded like a cop car. Right here on Cop Car Coffee.
Cop cars on Cop
If
Car
you're
Coffee.
just tuning in, you're
So
listening
to
to
loop
DDT on
back-
Cop Car Coffee.
Oh,
The
there it is.
injurious waste of time. It is an ambulance.
So that
Sorry,
vehicle
maybe
is
it's
driving
both.
fast, and as a result of driving fast, is burning lots of.
Gas.
No kidding.
Oh, maybe we should talk about gas
Yeah,
prices.
back to gas prices.
Are you sure you're not going to cut off? to-
Let me see where
To
we're
something
at. Yeah,
else
we
now?
could talk about gas.
Okay, so what's the
Okay.
price of gas? You're always updating
So
us?
I was updating you all week. It went from about 150 whatever.
Which is already ridiculous.
Actually, you know, we should talk about that.
The price of gas?
No, the fact that DDT loves sending us bad news.
Yeah, bad news updates. Yeah.
Just out of the blue,
Out of the blue.
every once in a while.
Price of gas.
Yeah, Senators are losing terrible.
Yeah.
No shots on goal.
Yeah.
This is the gas of price. Like,
Yeah.
just wants to kind of sort of ruin our day.
Or just a simple numeric text update that says 183.9.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And that's not a radio station.
No, it's not.
That's a
And
friggin'
so-
price of gas.
So yeah, it went from 150-ish to 172
Yeah.
overnight, basically.
Yeah, 180 now, eh?
And then this morning on the way over to Cop Car Coffee Studio,
Yeah.
it's 182.9.
Wow.
It went up 30 cents in a week.
Maybe we should get a gas sponsor.
In a week.
I don't know, man.
Whose fault is that?
The Liberals. Who else would it be?
Well, I think there's a lot of factors that go
I
into
think
that.
there's a ton of factors.
But part of it is the Liberals.
How does the world's largest oil reserves country have such high prices? Like, it's not right.
Well, yeah, I agree
Well,
with
I
that.
know why. It's because we've canceled a bunch of pipelines. We tax the crap out of it. I'm sure if gas is $1.80, whatever a liter, it's probably $1 plus taxes per liter, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we stop percentaging these taxes and just make them flat? Whatever the taxes were at $1, keep it like that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, it's a tax on a tax on a tax. And then add this carbon tax, which will go up another amount in April 1st.
That's horrendous.
You know who else is paying high gas prices?
Liberals?
No.
Oh.
California.
Oh, it's
California.
$5 a gallon.
Yeah, it's like $2 a liter. It's
it's
which
actually
is in
more than
BC,
here.
the same in BC.
Well, that's because of the geography, though, right? Most people don't realize it's all refined east of the Rockies. So
But just taxes in general is ridiculous.
Oh,
we just purchased a used vehicle
your
this week.
third vehicle, good job.
Yeah.
We just purchased a third vehicle this week, and when we registered the vehicle,
Probably an electric car.
we had
no?
to pay taxes. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So the person.
Well, you
that-
didn't have to, but
Well, it's true. We could just kind
you
of
chose to.
drive it and not tell anybody we are.
Well, or just it depends. Is
Just-
it a farm vehicle?
No.
Just not do it and say you did.
But so somebody buys the vehicle new, they're paying taxes.
Yeah.
They sell that to someone. That person
Taxes.
registers it. Right. So if a vehicle in its life gets 2, 3, 4 owners,
Yeah.
they have to pay taxes
Tax on a tax. yeah,
Every
yeah,
time.
every
there's
single time.
taxes.
How does that make any sense whatsoever?
I remember when that happened because way back in the day, you did not have to pay tax, provincial sales tax on a used vehicle.
On a used vehicle
And I think there was a lot of lobbying by the new car and used car dealers
to even the playing
to
field.
even the playing field.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, I agree. It's 100% ridiculous, 110% ridiculous. But that's what happened back in the day.
Yeah.
But as far as like gas is concerned,
Yeah.
you have a tax on a tax on a tax, and then this Liberal introduced carbon tax will add another certain amount. So when I said last week they
Yeah.
said gas would be $2 per liter soon, looks like they will be right.
It will be.
Yeah.
$2.
And you know what though? It's sadly not. It's not changing habits. Like I think sometimes on the left they think, well, the only way we'll ever get away from it is if we price it accordingly, and people will be forced to. And that's not the case. I mean, I personally, you guys know this. I'm looking at electric vehicles. I mean, I don't want to be pushed into it today.
People like convenience.
Yeah. But my next truck will likely be
Well,
electric.
there's no way that for me, for example, we only have one car,
Right.
right? I mean, we used to have two. I got rid of it. That saved a bunch of money.
Well, you're a big supporter of the OC transport.
I'm a big
system.
supporter of the public transit system.
Yeah, so good for
and
you.
and
Very green.
yeah, very green of me.
Yeah.
Even though I don't.
Well, hey,
know.
if you spend $140 a month to ride a bus, good for you.
Yeah. So, but the amount of money that I saved on not having a second vehicle,
Yeah, sure.
now it's costing me almost $100 to fill up my car.
You're still ahead of the game, though. Like how
what
many people?
every 2 weeks,
I
every
look-
week and a half, $100.
It sucks, but I look at people.
I can't afford a electric vehicle either. Like a base model
you
Tesla
could.
would be
No,
over
no.
50 grand.
No, you could.
No,
if,
they're like 35.
you could if you wanted to,
But
but I
look at the
still
smallest
say.
one.
Look that up. Fact
I'll
check.
look it up.
Fact check.
Fact check.
But look,
Fact check. Fact check.
like you're paying whatever in gas per month for your car.
Yeah.
Do you know most people are paying basically for their car at the same time.
Well, I know that.
Like most people don't have. You're lucky. You got your car.
Yeah, I don't
For
have
you
a
to
car payment,
for you to haul your skinny Italian butt around town per month, all it is gas and insurance, whatever.
Yeah.
There's people out there, 2 cars, 2 car payments, 2 gas payments.
Yeah, but this is a choice that people make, right?
Yeah, so
We were talking about that earlier with your wife,
Yeah,
and she
choices.
she could take the bus.
Yeah.
Because she works downtown. Now that she has to maybe go back to the office.
But it's a horrendous comparison because
Spend
there's
180
no
in parking.
savings. There's
Right.
no savings with the bus.
180 in parking.
You still don't
45,000.
get this. You
45,000.
still- US. You
Canadian.
still what?
45,000
That's it for a
Canadian.
Tesla. 45,000 Canadian.
For the smallest one, yeah.
Does that include the rebate?
No, that's no rebate.
All right. Starting up the F-150 studio.
Can you punch in Tesla Studio?
Tesla studio?
Tesla Studio. Tesla dealership. Let's go.
What?
45,000. I could get 2 of them for the cost of this pig.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that cheap. There's no way.
But it's
Well,
a
no, if
tiny.
you go-
It's a tiny car.
If you go there,
That's fine. I think
it's
that's a
over
great deal.
50.
I think that's a great.
With,
Well, he says 45.
Well, with all the taxes and everything, yeah, it's over 50.
Oh, well, of course. But
45 is the-
as the base price, I think, is very good.
I don't. I can't afford that.
You could afford it. It's just a choice. If you want it, you
How could I afford it?
You would sell your existing car.
Right.
You would trade it in, and all of a sudden that 45 is probably 25.
I retract my previous fact check.
Oh,
Sorry,
that makes-
58,000
There you
Canadian.
go. That makes more
58,000
sense.
Canadian.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
That doesn't count rebates, however. But yeah,
That's a
you're-
bad fact check.
But
That's
anyways,
right.
the
Original.
whole you're complaining about $100 a month for fuel, right? That is
No, that's $400 a month for fuel.
You pay $400.
Well, it's going to cost me
fuel.
up to upwards of
Well,
100
then that's
per fill.
your car payment for an electric car, and after it's paid for, you're still.
How do I get the Sudbury?
It's $30.
Well, the newer
Well,
one,
do you
you
need
can
them
almost
out?
get there. Stop for lunch.
No,
Ranger's
no.
600K. You
They're
stop
not.
for
What's the
one day.
range? Next fact check.
Stop
range.
for lunch in Mattawa and then
Range.
just
Yeah.
charge it while you're having lunch. You're good to go.
You know what?
Range.
That's where there's. I'm so glad you said Mattawa. That's where there's friggin' chargers.
Fact check.
We saw the chargers in Mattawa last summer.
Well, for
when we-
sure. Any
Yeah.
town.
No,
will
but
have
check
it.
the range though.
600K is my guess.
What is the true range of a Tesla Model 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
360 kilometers.
Fact check. Fact check.
That's Mattawa right there.
Come on.
Or
That's
North
it?
Bay.
That's what I said.
I thought it was like 600K.
No,
But this is their smallest model, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't afford the other one because what's the price of the
Well, that's-
Model S?
You
That's
keep
like
talking like
130.
you can't. You could. It's just a
The bigger
choice what
cars,
you want.
yeah.
I didn't think I could afford that.
Or the
fat
SUV.
bike, and then I did. Like it happens.
No, it's a pipe dream. It's a rich man's vehicle.
I disagree. I know 2 people at my office that have small. I think one's a Kia and the other one is I don't know a Nissan maybe. Yeah, a Nissan Leaf I think. 2 small electric vehicles cost them about $30 a month in electricity bills, and they've been driving these cars for a couple years now.
Sure.
Like I'm
I think it would.
extremely envious of that.
I would think that a small vehicle like that for around
Yeah.
the city
Perfect, eh?
is perfect.
Yeah, okay.
But if you have to go on longer trips, let's
Then
say
you
to
rent-
North Carolina,
Then you rent a vehicle. Mind you, you can't. You've been banned from car
Yes.
rental places. That's a
I
whole
have,
other
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got
Yeah.
some good stories on car rental places. Let's save that for next week.
I'm banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Oh my gosh.
you rent a nice vehicle and away you go for your weekend trip. That's
Yes.
probably cheaper.
I've
overall.
done that a couple of times,
Yeah,
to be
okay.
honest, but
But not
it's
anymore.
not cheaper.
Not anymore. You can't.
Yeah, because depending on the vehicle you rent,
Yeah.
it's going to cost upwards of 80, 100 a day,
Yeah.
because you need a bit of a larger vehicle.
Yeah.
So for a week, that's quite expensive.
The problem is you can't buy anything, like really anything under like $30,000 to
Yeah.
$50,000 right now.
I never buy new anyway.
Well, these Leafs.
I've only bought
are,
ever
are
one-
in that range, JB. I think.
Are they?
Maybe do a quick fact check again.
Fact check.
Fact check. Fact check.
Nissan Leaf and Kia actually has a wide range of electric vehicles. I didn't know this. And I think they're more in the low end price range.
37,000.
37, brand new.
Canada.
Yeah.
I don't buy new vehicles. I've only ever bought one new vehicle.
You just encourage other people.
A Saturn. You remember Saturn?
Yeah, I didn't
bought a
like
Saturn.
them. I thought they were
Did
ugly.
you have a Saturn?
Yeah.
The car?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
17,000 brand new.
Ugh,
Back in 1996.
fugly.
It was a good car until the head
Is
gasket
this a
went.
family show?
You can beat
Kia
that out.
EV, the Nero? I guess.
I don't know, one
Is
of
it a
them.
Nero?
They had a few.
45,000.
See?
So I bet you anything, there's a few used versions of those on the market right now.
Then you got to replace the battery for 13 grand.
Everybody always says that. I've never heard it actually have to happen.
No,
though.
because their whole kind of model is just after about 5 to 8 years, just get a new vehicle. That's what their model is.
How long
That's
did I
they,
have that Prius for? And every time
Yeah, but that's a hybrid.
somebody was,
I
it
would
doesn't
prefer to buy
matter.
a
If I
hybrid,
had
to
a
be
dollar
honest with
for every time I heard somebody say, yeah, but when do you have to replace the batteries?
You never
like
did?
I'd be a rich man. No,
No, but this is different from a pure electric vehicle.
whatever.
I would actually buy a hybrid more than I would buy. Like
I would never ever buy a hybrid.
Why?
It's intermediary technology. Why on earth would you want two engines? You're wasting energy either way. If it's a battery running it, you're lugging around 1,000 pounds of engine you don't need.
But
if you got an engine going,
in the case of DDT,
Total
actually
garbage.
it fits that need of
Total
long distance
garbage.
trips and the quick in town stuff.
you know what?
Exactly.
You know what? It's the worst of both worlds.
You think so?
Get one or the other.
But wasn't
I disagree.
that your Prius?
I didn't buy it though.
He won it.
That's
Yeah.
a whole other episode.
Yeah,
too.
that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, me
too.
getting banned from car rentals and
Okay.
you winning a Prius.
Why don't we have a car episode next week? Yeah.
Should we move on?
Yeah, can we?
Can we?
Can
So
we?
beat a
gas
dead
prices.
horse?
So do we see an end?
Gas
Do we see
prices?
light at the end of the tunnel for gas prices?
No, 'cause I
Only
told
if
you,
buy
they
an
said-
electric vehicle.
They said it will go to $2, so I'm waiting for that.
Well, it never. Well, I was almost going to say it never goes down, but I specifically remember paying 66 cents a liter
At the beginning
in
of the
like
pandemic,
April
it went
2020.
actually went down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because nobody was driving.
It was like I think it went down at like 80 cents. Yeah.
66 at Costco, man.
Really?
In like April 2020.
I mean, there's a lot going on for the
you
reason.
better not be fact checking that.
No, I'm not.
Taxes is one of the reasons, but also geopolitical.
Thanks for the threat.
Geopolitical.
I don't know. I've always told people, you know what, you don't buy a truck and then whine about gas prices.
That's right.
And I'm not, but it's just the opportunity cost, right? Like I do enjoy driving around the truck, and I'm probably going to fill it up, and it's going to cost me $200 this week, and that'll get us through March break, hopefully.
So last night I was out.
Yeah.
Right, and I thought
What it
I'm
cost.
close to filling up.
Yeah.
It was 167,
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did.
and I'm like, no, I'll just wait till Sunday. I'll get an extra
no,
day out of
it's-
it.
yeah.
And without knowing that it would jump another 10,
Another 10.
13, 20,
Yeah.
almost 20 cents a liter
yeah.
overnight.
Isn't that wild?
So when I was driving by when I saw it this morning, I let out a 4-letter word.
Yeah. So every cent it goes up for this vehicle, it's like $1.40 a tank. So when it goes up 10 cents, it's like $14.
Wow,
And that's happened
sucks.
3 or 4 times now over the last month. So that's like all of a sudden your tank to fill that was $150 is now over $200.
Yeah.
So the other F-150 guys I was chatting with the other day prior to hockey, nobody has yet put their credit card in, filled up for 150, and then did it again. We're all just filling to 150 and
max on your
watching our
credit card.
watching our tank.
Go from full to 3/4.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, $150 gets it, 3/4.
Yeah.
But it's so it, I guess it hurts is what I'm trying to say. But what are you gonna do?
Well, that's exactly it, right? I don't see people's habits changing.
Habits
Like,
aren't changing.
We were talking about public transit earlier on, and I'm still seeing nobody on the buses.
No.
And when we're driving downtown, I don't commute to work, and I think you wanted to talk about that. I don't commute to work right now very often, only once in a while, but the roads are crazy busy. As if I'm thinking like
I'd say it's back to normal.
pre-pandemic.
It is, for
but
sure.
yet in a government town,
Yeah.
most government workers are still at home. So
Yeah.
this means everybody's driving.
Yeah.
So to your point of conversation about people returning to work,
Yeah.
can you imagine what the roads are going to be if everybody continues to drive?
And I will take the
And
bus.
again, like the price of gas is just nuts.
Yeah.
And everybody is still like driving around everywhere.
And
I
I'll
mean,
be
you
on
don't
the
have a
bus.
choice, but holy smokes.
Yeah.
Laughing at all those people in there.
I just feel, for you, I feel sad for you. I feel sad that you don't even feel sad about yourself. You know, you're hopping on a
Wow,
bus.
that's harsh.
Like
hard.
you are willing to
boy.
pay $130 a month for a bus pass.
Yeah.
You're willing to have to. Now, your situation was phenomenal, JB, but not everybody has a bus stop right across the road from their house. You've got to walk through the slush to your bus stop. You've got to wait for your bus. You've got to get on your bus.
Yeah.
You've got to smell everybody else that's on the bus. You got to hope the bus is on time and gets you to your
got a mask.
destination. Then you get
got a
out.
mask, yeah.
Then you get out of your bus. You still have to walk to work.
Which is right across the street.
Yeah.
But-
And then do the same damn thing again. So
But it's
But
good because I
there's
get on the
but a
stress.
bus.
12-minute ride is what,
Stress-free.
half an hour
How
on the
much
bus?
do you enjoy driving in traffic, Duff?
I don't drive in traffic.
But when you do, how
When
do you
I do, it's unpredicted and it's
it's
frustrating.
stressful, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
I'll
when
give you
you're
that.
taking the bus,
Buses don't ever get in traffic, I guess.
they
you're
have the
you're not
transitway.
you're not
Oh,
stuck in it,
buses
right?
get in
You're
traffic.
you're sitting there and you're relaxing.
Yeah.
You're reading a book. You're
Yeah, I don't care if it gets
listening to
stuck
a
or not.
podcast,
Yeah.
listening to this podcast.
Yeah, listening cop car coffee.
Yeah.
on the bus.
On the
Injurious
bus.
waste of time
God,
podcast.
that would be
Can
even
you not
worse.
picture that as a perfect day? Grab your coffee at home, put it in a mug, jump on the bus, put some cop car coffee on there. Your day just started off on the best possible foot.
Exactly.
A wise man I used to work with said something once. He said, nobody chooses to take the bus. And if you think about it, it's so true.
I did.
Anybody
I chose.
anybody that could drive in this city anyways, for sure. Ottawa's built for cars. In this city, if you can drive a car, you will drive a car.
I agree.
I chose
Yeah.
to take the bus.
Nobody
when I had
chooses.
two cars,
Nobody chooses
I said,
to
you know
take the
what?
bus.
The bus stop's right across from my
Yeah.
work.
So you know
I'm going
who-
to get rid of the car. I have the motorcycle
You
though.
can think.
So it actually doesn't cost me $130 a month because in the summertime, I'm ride the
you can
motorcycle.
choose to think that you're taking the bus, but your wife took that decision for you. She takes the car to work,
Yes.
even though she could walk there. And it
Yeah.
might help with her digestion issues.
Is it? I was gonna say,
as
is it
well.
because she farts in the car?
Yeah. So
car stinks, I wouldn't go in.
Your choice to take the bus is because your wife is choosing to take the
No,
car.
I chose to take the bus because it's more convenient, especially
You
in the
don't
winter.
have a choice.
And then in the
You're
second
on the
part,
bus because you don't have
no,
a car.
the second part of it is
Say it with me, DDT.
No, because it.
I don't have a car, and I'm not walking to work.
I have a motorcycle, which I ride in the summer, which is great.
And you pay for parking,
$50.
and you keep your bus pass.
But I don't put the bus pass. No, I only load the card to what I think I need.
You're-
Oh, okay.
Do your kids drive yet?
No.
Your daughter?
She has her. Yeah.
Well, kid,
But she
son
doesn't
number
have-
one drives, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
No, he does not.
Oh, he doesn't either.
But he doesn't even live
He's
in
a
my
big
house.
fan of public
He's a big fan
transportation
of
as well.
public transportation.
Oh, right on.
So your daughter doesn't drive yet. So what happens when your daughter starts driving and she wants to?
She'll
take
choose the bus
car?
as well, maybe.
Oh my God, she just would go to her boyfriend's, and I'd have to pick her up at like sometime between 11 and
Why don't you
12,
just...
which
But she wouldn't want to take the car.
which is very tough
Why
because
wouldn't
I'm
you just take the
usually
bus?
usually I'm into the bourbon by then,
Yeah,
so I've had to pick her up like on occasion, like
just take the
a little bit
bus.
tipsy.
You
Why
might,
not
you
take
might
the
want
bus?
to beep that out.
Yeah, or just take the bus.
But he doesn't live there very far away. So it's in the winter. She could ride her bike in the summer over there. So
So what you're saying is your wife takes the car, and then you and your daughter would have the opportunity of taking it when it's available, kind of thing.
well, she takes the car during the day. My daughter's in school, so she wouldn't go to see her boyfriend until the evening.
Does your wife take public transit?
No.
No.
No. Because why
No.
would she? No one chooses to take the bus.
No, she wouldn't take public.
No.
transit. But she doesn't have to go. She doesn't have to go downtown like I do.
You're right. She has to drive 850 meters to work.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Well,
you get to choose the bus.
I was trying not to go down that road.
I would not want to drive. Listen, I'm not driving to work. Doesn't make sense. I used to. I had two cars.
I was,
But you take the motorbike to work,
yeah.
Yeah,
so why not the car?
because the
It's not
motorbike is
there.
way
You
cheaper.
don't have the choice. Just say
Except
it.
now that I put premium, that'll be over $2 a liter, so it's going to double my cost of my
Way over.
gas for my motorbike.
That's too funny.
Nobody takes the bus. I think we beat this horse
Yeah, we
enough,
beat
though.
it. Should we get on to the picks?
Well, no, you
What
wanted
about
to talk about
Kijiji?
return to
Oh,
work.
Kijiji.
Oh, Kijiji or return to work?
Kijiji. Let's talk about Kijiji.
Yeah.
Well,
It's more interesting than return to
we
work.
kind of covered the return to work stuff. I just
Yeah, we
wanted
did.
I just wanted to kind of go over the fact that like taking like why is so the poor good listener, like they didn't hear half our precast, but the logic was just, some people want to go back to work, some people don't. DDT's really thinking people want to stay home because they can get away with not doing any work.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Kind of
Or that some people were uncomfortable going back to.
yeah, we don't want to talk.
Hey, look at that! Look at the guy walking by. Expos cap.
There we go.
Way to go!
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Is that Youpie? Ask him where his outfit is.
He's now with the Montreal Canadiens, isn't he?
Oh, probably.
Yes, he is. I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
you're right.
could probably back check better than Caulfield.
Oh.
So the whole back to work thing, I mean, my quick answer was just, and my wife's a government worker, and the money she saved by staying home. She's probably worked more and is more efficient. That supports your point. A lot of companies are getting more out of their workers at home, which is against what you're saying. But her main reason for staying home is, no parking pass, no gas, no time spent in traffic commuting, less wear and tear on the vehicle. It's probably like $400 a month right there.
And you can do your laundry and prepare your meals in between on a break or whatever the case may be.
I do
It's
the
huge.
cooking, but yeah. But 400 times 2 years, wow,
It's giant.
that's gigantic. So that's the main reason I think a lot of government workers don't want to go back to work.
Yes.
And the flexibility, sure, and all your other reasons, but I'm good. If you guys want to
Yeah.
share some thoughts on that, you can.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I
DDT?
I disagree.
So you
but I
think
want to
he-
elaborate. I think we should move on.
yes.
Okay. So you're excited to get back to the office then?
Hey, I've always been one to go into the office.
go
I'm
in.
not now because
You enjoy working from home?
not really.
Oh,
Not for what I
you
do.
missed the bus.
Yeah, I missed the bus.
Yeah, you miss your buddies on the bus.
Not.
I enjoy.
There's been nobody on the bus.
I
mean,
miss going for coffee with a couple coworkers, right? Or lunch here and there.
Sure.
And we have meetings on video conferencing, and
Yeah.
you have to put your electronic hand up to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And the dynamic of brainstorming, it
not
really
the
kind of
same.
goes against
Yeah.
that. So you get 10 people in a boardroom,
Yeah.
or 10 people in a Teams meeting, the boardroom is going to win,
course.
hands down
100%.
from a productivity standpoint.
Yeah.
So that, the two things, but having said that, I love the flexibility of, being at home.
Absolutely.
And I think I like the hybrid model of that. And I think that's realistic moving forward, right? I think it's a necessary evil.
yeah.
What I mean, when they came out from the company I work for, and they said, okay, you have to be in the office 3 days a week.
This is the going back to work plan.
Going back to work plan originally.
Okay. Originally.
Yeah, and then they got pushback on that, and then they scrapped that.
That's that irritates me though. You're either in management and you plan for your company, or you don't. You don't make a plan and then encounter resistance and then change your plan.
Well, that's what
Like who's running the company?
the employees, I guess. That's what happened. I mean,
Wow.
originally, I think it was 3 days, I believe. No, 2 days? No, 3 days. 2 you had to be in, and then the third day was whatever day you wanted to go.
You know what though? I'm also against arbitrary ideas like that. You have to be here too. You don't have, like JB would likely agree. You either need to be there or you don't. If you can do your work from home and it's done effectively, you're probably giving the company more because you're working a little
think
bit
some-
extra.
There's a lot of people that can. In my situation, I know my colleagues that do the same thing I do.
Yeah.
I think I get the sense that they'd want to go back in because we have these edit suites that we
Sure.
edit in and stuff
it's
like that.
easier and
But
better to
there's-
do your job.
There's so many
makes-
factors.
yeah.
There's so many factors to take into consideration.
Sure.
There's mental health, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are suffering working from home, being
it's
isolated,
more
right?
social.
Some people want to be in the office. Some
Yeah.
people find that they're probably more productive. Like, you have people that just can't stand all the noise around you, busy cubicles and stuff, and they're at home and they can actually focus on work a little better. Like, there's so many factors. But
Yeah.
to me, you know, I think we've come to realize as a society we can work in different ways, just like kids,
Yeah.
you know, being programmed to sit at their desk, you know, from
Being
a full
programmed.
day. I think,
Yeah.
I think that you have to come
point.
to realize that people work in different ways, people learn in different ways, so you have to be flexible.
Yeah,
That's my point, right? Remove the whole pandemic situation from it. That's my thought. Is that I think we should have lessons learned on the
guess-
education system. And on the work side,
I guess
on that
there
front.
is a debate to be had whether it is more productivity,
I think it depends.
more productive to be at home
It
or
depends,
be at the
yeah.
office with colleagues. Where
I think it
Like for me,
depends.
it's very difficult when I have to reach out by teams to my, like when we're in the office, it's more of a collaboration, but which is what you know, in television, is, you know, when you're working on production, it's a collaboration, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a little bit more difficult for us.
You will have
anyway.
people that will be lights out productive at home, and you will have people at home that work probably half an hour and are, you know, just not focused and just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
trying to avoid work as much as possible because they're not, you know, sitting in an office with people around them.
That'd
so
be
it's
painful.
You have people all over the map.
Yeah,
on
I
there.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Let's
Yeah.
move on.
What do we got?
Yeah, Kijiji.
Let's
Should
do
we talk
Kijiji, and we
talk about-
must maybe after Kijiji
We can do a pick.
So I have a question for you guys
Yeah.
on Kijiji.
Yeah.
Do you guys like selling stuff, and do you like buying stuff?
I
You enjoy
always,
the process.
I've done it a lot over the years.
Do you enjoy the process?
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know what Kijiji is, you're an idiot.
Well, the Podvinskis may not have Kijiji in Romania.
I think it's Kijiji's head office
it's
is
a-
in Amsterdam.
It's a
So-
buying and
Oh, really?
selling.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, it's a buying and selling
I didn't know it was headquartered
application
over there.
or website
I like it.
that allows you to post things to sell and or buy.
So I believe it'd be all over the world. But I've been a member of Kijiji since the early 2000s.
Since inception.
Do you guys like selling stuff? I'm not a big fan of selling.
It is
things, used
sometimes a
things.
real pain.
I don't like or dislike it. It's
buying.
purposeful, but I think I go at it very differently than most. Like I have no tolerance for back and forth. Like if I'm selling and I think I have a table that is worth $100, I will list it for like 40 or 50. So there's zero room for negotiation. The people that end up buying it will see it as a steal and say, I'll take the table.
But somebody's going to come in and say, "Will you
I
take
just
20?"
ignore it. I do still get
Somebody
some. I
will
don't
say,
even.
"Is this still available?"
I
So
don't reply.
How do you guys feel
none
about
of that. Yeah.
Right? The button where you can
Is
just
this still available?
you can click a button and 90% of the people disappear
I know.
afterwards.
Yeah, they'll
So
say,
don't-
"Is this still available?" Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So why
Never
drag
hear from them
yourself
again.
into that? Like I won't reply to anything unless it's I'll take the table.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it works.
Okay.
But again, that's because I listed at such a low price because I'm really not trying to make money. I just want to get rid of
What's the weirdest
shit.
thing you've been offered when you're selling something?
Oh yeah, you've had a few of these. I don't get that.
I
'cause
had
don't-
$80 in Tim cards once for a motorcycle. So the guy was going to pay me in. He was a kid, basically.
Yeah.
But I was selling one of my motorbikes, and he was going to pay me in
Actually,
some
okay.
cash.
Funny. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he's like, "Well, I don't have enough cash, but I'll give you $80 in Tim gift cards as well."
Well, that would be okay.
I
that'd be
was like,
okay.
I actually considered it.
If you could
If it was McDonald's, I would be
authenticate the cards. Though.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
it.
Darcy shows up to buy us all
They're all-
coffee, and it's like, sir, there's only 80 cents on this
Yeah,
card.
exactly.
But that reminds me, you know what? I take back what I said. Our pandemic mini bike project.
Yeah.
I was trying to get top dollar back for that, right? So
Yeah.
I wasn't listing that as a
Did you
giveaway.
sell those?
Oh, he sold his bike that I
remember the old mini bike we
little mini
rebuilt?
bike, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we did a
So
really.
I thought the two that you had
Yeah.
still at the
Oh no,
barn.
no, I still have
Okay,
them.
okay.
But we rebuilt that. When I
Yeah,
say
we-
we, it's.
You bought it, he rebuilt
Yeah.
No, he
being
found it. He
generous.
took it out of the barn.
I bought the tires.
Oh, you bought the tires, yeah.
Well, no, I did all the carb stuff. Remember,
I-
you gave me instructions, and I did some work.
Yeah, you pulled
did
it
a
up.
little
I
bit.
told you to clean how to
I
clean
did a
it.
little bit of work on it, and then I quickly brought it all over to your garage.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the spill on the floor, something from that.
No, it wasn't that.
Anyways, I mean, I went on Kijiji, and I saw bikes like that going for $2,000 all over the place
Wow.
as collector's items.
Yeah.
So I think I
yours
asked
wasn't
for
in
that.
shape.
So right, but I still asked for that, and there was ridiculous back and forth. Yeah, but one guy wanted to trade something.
Yeah.
One guy wanted to trade another bike of some kind.
By the way, I had a buddy that called Kijiji Kihihi. Kihihi,
Hehehe.
Yeah.
Maybe you just couldn't pronounce J's.
I guess.
It's not fajitas, man.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Anyhow,
put this up on Kahihie.
yeah. But at the end of all that, I was just thankful to have a few serious guys. And you came with me, did you not?
I
when
did come
sold
with you
it?
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a local guy that said, I'll give you $1,400 cash.
Yeah.
And that was after a week or so of all sorts of tire kickers.
And you were.
I said, sure. Actually, remember what I said? I think I said we rebuilt this project, wanted to give it to someone that will actually use it with their kids or something.
Yeah,
and he wrote a big thing. I'm a granddad. My kids would love this. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Sold. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
$1,400 cash for something we dug out of a barn.
I know.
Yeah.
And you were very generous and
I think
tried
I
to
was
give me
generous.
$100.
Yeah, you wouldn't take it,
I wouldn't
eh?
take your $100.
Oh,
Buy me
no.
a coffee.
Yeah, I probably bought you 100 coffees.
Yeah, you
since.
probably
You're a
have,
good
yeah.
guy, DDT.
Yeah. No, I seriously, if I would not have gotten that without your help. And by help, I mean without you doing everything.
So you had an experience this week. Did it go well when you purchased? Was it on Kijiji, first of all?
It was on Kahihie.
purchase?
It was.
It was on Kahihie?
Yeah, it was on Kahihie. And I've been looking at fat bike bicycles
Yeah.
for 2 years, as you know. And last year, like, what a joke, eh? You couldn't find a fat bike for sale last year.
Yeah.
And those that you could,
Well,
those
you couldn't find any bicycle for sale
yeah, but
last year.
you actually could, but it was so ludicrous.
Yeah.
There's like the Walmart style of bike. You could find those online for like premium $2,000 prices. You couldn't even, wasn't even,
Jeez.
like imagine a bike worth $200
Yeah.
being auctioned off on Kijiji for $3,000. So it wasn't even an option.
Yeah.
This year, it was still tough through the early months of winter, but I think now that spring is arriving and production must have increased, less people want them, whatever, there's been a real drop. So there's a real availability of
Well, the
bikes now.
season is starting to change
Exactly.
back to spring. So
Yeah.
for our friends that may not have as much snow as we do, there's
Right.
been a craze in snowy spots now of taking
Snowy
bicycles
spots.
with fat tires
Yeah.
right into the snow.
Yeah.
And Duff and I had our regular mountain bikes
Yeah.
with
Spiked
studded
tires.
tires
Yeah.
where we had a lot of fun, but you
Yeah.
needed the hard pack
Yeah.
base.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly.
it was just
Otherwise, you fall down.
well, you'd be like sort of praying for your life that you wouldn't go flying into a tree. But so you got the fat bike. So tell us your experience on.
Oh, yeah.
On
So
Kahihie.
and then we'll talk fat biking after if you
Yes.
want.
No,
It's
we're all
so
we're
fun.
late.
No, you'd love to hear about our fat bike
No,
stories.
but that'll have to be for another episode.
Yeah. So long story, somewhat shorter.
Yeah.
I found a handful of bikes in the $400 range, but really cheap, like very basic. And then I found this one I ended up buying listed for $700, and it had studded fat bike tires. Okay.
Which is quite rare. Yeah, those are very expensive.
They're $200 each.
Yeah.
These damn, I swear. Like it's
Because
unreal.
just our tires were like 70, 80
I
bucks
wish I
each.
never bought them. I wish I never bought them
know.
now. I'm going to take them off and try to sell
I thought
them.
you said long story made short.
Well, I'm going to try to sell those tires on Kijiji maybe.
It's not because it's a subject that doesn't interest you
Yeah.
that we have to
It
move
does.
on.
Yeah.
It does.
Be
it
patient.
doesn't. I mean,
DDT doesn't like talking about exercise.
I listen to you and
No.
you're passionate about riding the bus for God knows how long. Yeah.
touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
So $200 each for these tires. The bike's listed at $700, and he's throwing in the brand new unstudded tires, right, for the bike.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
But hang on, the story
Oh,
changes.
no.
Okay.
But those tires are probably like $100 each,
Yeah.
right? So, and he's a nice guy. I only learned that later. But at first glance, I'm like, 2, 4, 5. There's $600 of tires here, plus $100 for the bike.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to get out and see it. And so long as the brakes work, the gears work, and the tires run true, I'm buying it. Like, there's no question.
Yeah, it's win-win.
Because it's a decent bike, middle price range, because there's other ones in the thousands. And I'm like, I'm just getting into the sport. I don't need $1,000 bike. All right. Fired off. Yeah, I come meet you out in Almont, my old stomping grounds, anytime. Days go by. Yeah, like
Nothing.
no response. no
Ghost.
response.
That's another Kijiji thing.
But then he does get back to me. He gets back to me like midweek. Yeah, Duffy, come on out. Yeah, no problem. But by the way, I'm keeping the original tires now. But I am dropping the price to $650. I'm like, no problem. So he figured out he can probably get a couple $100 for the tires, the brand new tires never used.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, well, thank God he didn't take the studded tires off and throw those back on, because that would have sucked. Then I'd probably be less interested. Okay, I'll see you Thursday at whatever time, and everything's good. And then I'm working my day there yesterday, or when was it? Friday.
Friday.
And then he sends a text saying, "Hey Duffy, there's more interest in the bike. Someone wants to come out at 3:30 to see it. Are you okay? Just do you want to just wait and see what they decide, or did you think you could maybe come out earlier?" I'm like,
Jeez,
buddy,
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
There's no commitment, right?
But I like the fact he gave me that option,
Which
because,
is rare.
yeah, so I appreciate that. I said, I'll be there. I'll be there at whatever.
Yeah, some
Gotta
people
watch
would.
what I say now. I think one
Some
of my
people
bosses
would
listens
text
in
you.
here.
Yeah.
Some people would text you and just say, "Oh yeah, sorry, it didn't work out. It's gone."
It's gone.
Yeah.
I would have been heartbroken.
Well, that's part of the problem
Yeah.
on Kihihi, so you get
Yeah.
ghosted sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this is a good dude.
You get
Yeah.
ghosted.
So no ghosting.
That's a good person.
I said I'll be there. Long story.
Can you rate
a little
people
bit
on-
shorter.
You can rate people.
I did after the fact.
you did?
I rated Jonas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonas.
5-star?
Honus on Kahihi. So I go out and visit Honus. I'm like, hey, I'm here. And I talked about the house, beautiful house.
Oh, yeah?
On the edge of, beautiful house on the edge of Almont. Looked like the middle of the country on the bike trail. So he's like, yeah, I'll be right out. He brings the bike out. I'm looking, I'm like, I'm for sure going to take this. He hands it to me. I said, I'm going to take it for a rip. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it really heavy?
It's heavy, like compared to a mountain bike or a road
Okay.
bike. It's heavy.
Yeah.
But the heaviness to me, again, as a rookie, bodes well for its use in snow and on ice and that. Like
Yeah.
I took it for a ride on a snowmobile trail that was soft. And our mountain bikes could not go on that.
No, there's no way.
There's no way,
yeah,
right?
As soon as there's fluffy snow, you're
You can't
done.
do it. So
Yeah.
this thing floats down the trail. I spin
Really?
around. I come back. I'm like, love it. It's
Oh,
perfect.
that's awesome.
It's perfect. So I drive back in Laneway. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
So
It's
I
like,
have
great.
a
650.
I have
Done.
a tiny comment.
Yeah.
So the other day, you I think you did your first ride, and you said, oh, this is awesome, first ride on my,
Yeah.
and I,
Is that what I said?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
See, DDT's giggling right now. This typically is associated with something else, but
But do you ride it?
no, I'm talking about sort of the legalized use of.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, a lot of people refer to. Oh yeah, no. Let's.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know if you guys are bringing it up.
Let's just beep all this out.
All of
Yeah.
a sudden,
Yeah.
it was-
Back it
took a
up,
bad
warning.
direction.
Should
Cut
we
it
have
right
an
out.
Should we have an inappropriate warning?
Well, I don't know
Just
about-
cut it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
edit
don't
it
know
all
about
out.
that.
So Kijiji, some
Kijiji
days,
did-
some days it works, some days it doesn't. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty bad
yeah.
sometimes.
I gave Honus a nice rating, like good guy, good deal. I actually said, why are you selling the bike? He's like, oh, I'm upgrading. I'm like, oh yeah, you like the fat bike and that? He's like, oh yeah, and he told me he's buying a whatever, I forget the name right now, but it's like a $3,000
high-end
bike.
one,
So it's like, well, good, this is
So yeah, so
it's all
yeah.
good.
I'd like to get one.
You should.
Kihi, you had a good experience with Honus,
I usually have a good experience, but again,
but
I
sometimes
tailor
it's
it.
hit and miss on Kihi.
I tailor it. If you're gonna go on there thinking you're gonna get top dollar for whatever you're selling, you're gonna have to work for it. That's the thing.
I love the approach that you
sometimes,
have, where you're just not going to respond to all the yahoos.
You
If somebody,
can't.
yeah,
You can't.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Like especially when you're selling like a vehicle or something, the guys that
yeah.
out there that just
Yeah.
spitballing
It's
prices.
a lot of work.
I'm going to be selling.
balls.
I'm going to be selling a vehicle this week.
I know,
so
and you're
we
gonna-
can talk about
That's
that
next week,
experience
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
done.
That
you
might
take
be
you're
hard.
listing it for like $11,000, and they're gonna offer you
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Would
take $5,000. Can you
would
take $80
Would
worth
you
of?
take some Tim
Yeah.
cards?
Can I trade you a donkey and a
I'll,
chicken?
I'll come out there and have a look at it. Never show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do we have for time?
we're really late. God,
What's that? 40
53 minutes.
Oh,
All right. So quick picks.
Or save
know.
it.
Well, I'll do my one quick pick.
I can do a quick pick too.
I'll
we'll
say
make
mine
it really
is
quick.
Yeah, mine is for this week.
Yeah.
DDT's pick of the week, replacing Duff's pick of the week,
Yeah.
is The Stranger. Harlan Cobbin's The Stranger on the Netflix.
On the Netflix.
Yeah. Really good show.
Stranger.
So if
I,
anybody out there is still listening at this point of the podcast,
Do we?
Harlan Cobbin's The Stranger on
A
Netflix.
web of secrets sends family man Adam Price on a desperate quest to discover the truth about the people closest to him.
Yeah. 8-part series.
And I thought you said it was British, right?
It is British.
British.
How's everybody's British accents? British.
Not good.
British.
British.
I love
That's
a British
terrible.
accent.
The Stranger.
It's very good series.
Okay.
Actually, I just randomly picked it out.
Was it recommended?
Well, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, well then it's not random.
Well, no, I was like, I gotta watch a new series because Ozark is done until
Oh, yeah.
whenever it comes back out
I'm gonna put this on the Twitter for us. The Stranger.
by Harlan Coben. I think he's got another show out there as well. He's a writer, a novelist.
I have.
We've got a pick from JB for
Now this is our Lanark pick.
This is our Lanark pick. So
Lanark pick.
in rewatching classical movies with the kids, we went back this week and watched the final movie in the 3-part series of Back to the Future. So we watched Back to the Future Part 3, 1990, where
Is that on DVD? VHS?
90 would be.
Beta?
I think it would be VHS still.
Did you actually watch it off VHS?
No, we streamed it.
Oh.
Okay.
But excellent movie. Doc and Marty make their way to the Old West in the third
yes, that's
iteration of Back to the Future.
Classic.
Yeah.
So definitely great movie to go back to. Great one-liners.
Yeah.
Back to the Future Part 3.
And you could pick that up at the Lanark convenience store.
You can pick that up at your local Blockbuster.
Or the Ferguson Falls Blockbuster.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's
See, we should have
Jesus.
saved it. We can't rush picks at the end. There's so
But
much
we
to
got
talk about.
we have to let the good viewer,
We don't
the
wanna
good
leave them
listener have
hanging.
something to go view.
last week I brought up the fact that we should try to keep the damn podcast to
Yeah.
like 40 to 45 minutes.
Agreed. Yeah.
We lose guys like Dave.
Yeah. Yeah.
After 10 minutes.
And there's, you know what? There's more than one Dave for sure.
Yeah.
These are
I don't
Dave.
know.
These are the Daves I know.
Like when I listen to a podcast, I've been listening to some, they're like 3 hours long.
Some of them are an hour and a half, 2 hours
they're a
for
lot
me,
long
for
and
sure.
it's hard to.
You know my new favorite podcast, other than Cop Car Coffee? You ever hear this? Acast?
No.
No.
Acast, and
Bcast?
it's called Terranauts, and it's all about space. And Richard Hadfield, like he had a thing
Chris
on
Hadfield?
Chris Hadfield?
it. What did I say?
Richard Hadfield.
Chris Hadfield. Who's
His-
Richard
His
Hadfield?
lesser-known brother.
Is Richard Hadfield a thing? So yeah, and I love that it sounds like it's from the 50s, even though it's modern stuff.
Right.
And that's like, how long are they?
This one looks like it's 35 minutes long.
Yeah, see, that's perfect.
That's the
We
kind of
used to
thing.
have that, the
Yeah.
Cop Car Coffee.
Lots
You
of
can
cool.
do that in one sitting, whereas when
Yeah.
you get to the hour and a half
No,
kind of
no,
thing
no.
or whatever, like even this, right? You're commuting to work, you can listen
Yeah,
to Cop Car
sure.
Coffee.
Like it
and-
takes me like an hour and a half to edit this thing.
Wow, you're not very good at editing.
Oh,
Does it really take that
Ouch.
long?
Yeah, because I got to listen to where to put in the especially if we have to
The
beep
warnings
stuff out.
and the beeping.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true. That's
The
true.
fact checks.
Ah, you're probably very good at it then. Yeah. No, Terranauts would be Duff's podcast pick of the week. Like it's great.
now
Oh,
we
we
have
have
a
a new one now?
podcast. pick.
Yeah.
No, good listener, don't listen. Listen to Cop Car Coffee. Don't move to another podcast.
Don't be promoting other podcasts.
Yeah.
This is a good one though.
And if there's any listeners out there that would like to
Sit in the-
recommend or
Yeah, send us your
or-
picks.
Well, no, I was going to say put forward
Okay.
a sponsor for the
Yeah,
Cop Car
or
Coffee.
that, or come and sit in the F-150 studio
us
with
know.
us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have a coffee,
Wow, you
shoot the guff.
guys just threw a lot out there at the listener.
Well, nobody's
Sponsor.
listening. at
We'll
this
come
point,
and
so
pick
we
you
can
up.
Throw,
Yeah.
We'll come and pick you up.
we
and
can
we'll-
throw out whatever we want at this
we'll
point.
pick you up in
In
the
the
F-150 studio. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to spend 53 minutes with the
Oh, wait a second. 58.
58 minutes
Yeah.
with the boys.
And DDT will buy you your coffee,
Well, no, I'll buy the coffee.
or you'll buy the
Yeah,
coffee,
I'll buy the
That's
coffee.
good. Because
and your job will just be to contribute
yeah.
in your area of specialty. Yeah, that could be good.
Unless you're listening in Romania, then that might
Not
be
driving over there.
We may not be able to drive there yet.
gas a little
We can have somebody call in from Romania.
We could strap an iPod to the back of the chair, and you could be
Exactly. That's a good
You
idea.
could
Actually.
you could call in.
That's it.
Yeah, well, last week we were talking about strapping the laptop and the speaker to DDT when we go for hikes this summer.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Better than
Anyway.
dropping other things.
So
on, I
we should
guess.
wrap it up. We're
Okay.
getting ridiculous.
Goodness.
That's Cop Car Coffee.
Oh.
Can you just like cut out the last 10 minutes?
Strap the.
Right when we got
Cameras
to
to me?
what? No, there was something we had just started talking about, and it was obvious. It
Well,
was
he
bad.
he brought up JB brought up like some.
The word that you used on your post, your exercise post there.
You're fat.
You're
Well,
fat.
yeah, so just
Yeah.
before that,
I'm not cutting in.
well, blanket
It's part
at
of the
least.
charm of the podcast.
Yeah, blank that part out.
Blanket.
It's part of the no.
Just no beep.
Like it would just be like a blank space.
Don't make
No,
me-
just beep the words out.
Yeah, just beat the words out. Don't make me
What?
listen to the whole show before I actually post it, because I won't post it.
Why
Yeah.
would I beep the words out?
No, just beep that
Just
word.
that word.
The fat?
Well,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
why?
Hey, we forgot to do more trivia this week.
Oh.